this and then hand it over. But there's an idea here where we really need to remember that we are still very susceptible to what we are exposed to and the dangers of hubris and ego. Like all of those things are alive and well. And typically, if you take down every moral failure of pastors specifically, right? Like let this be just a word to our pastor friends who are watching. Everything really comes down to unbridled ego and pride. Ultimately, something was not kept in check. Some sin was there and fed subtly or abruptly, but either way, it wasn't usually overnight. It was something that snuck in. And I think online, I'm seeing a lot of people forget how susceptible, men specifically, forget how susceptible that they are to this type of sin that you described, like that misplaced eagerness or not asking the right questions. There's a great book that I've been recommending like crazy by Tony Reinke called 12 Ways Your Smartphone is Changing You. Have you heard this or read this book yet?
I haven't. I've heard about it. I have not read it. No.
I really do recommend it. And I think there's one great part. And he nails the culture altogether, just kind of gets a great idea and definition for us right off the bat and what the biggest problems are in our culture in communication specifically. And then he goes after the idea of technology in our hand, like you said, like it's just this device that follows us around that we feel like we definitely need to use at all times. And one of the main questions he says, before you do anything online, and really let this also be a practice you use to engage in the culture around you personally and in community, but ask, does it fortify unnecessary division? There is necessary division, and that is just sometimes a result of being truthful and being honest. And there's a lot of guys out there fighting for, biblical conservatism and other people fighting for things that they believe are important in the world right now. But at the end of the day, is this a necessary or unnecessary division? And have good definitions of those things and have those fleshed out. Don't just mull that over in your own head without any accountability or counsel. And are we seeking godly counsel before anything we post? I think that these are good practices to have if you want to remain out of hot water, of course, but not just self-preservation. If you really want to be a good light for the kingdom, these are important things to understand.
Yeah, amen.